All right, let's dive into Brené Brown's The Gifts of Imperfection. This is a book that really challenges something so many of us believe, that we have to be perfect to be worthy. We're going to unpack how to let go of who you think you should be, and finally, really embrace who you are.
I mean, you know this feeling, right? It's everywhere. We live in a culture that's just constantly screaming at us about how we should look, what we should accomplish, how perfect our lives should seem. It's this relentless, exhausting chase for a standard that isn't even real. Okay, let's just sit with that for a second. This is the big, revolutionary idea at the heart of all of this. What Brown is saying is that our imperfections, the messy, vulnerable parts we try so hard to hide, they aren't weaknesses. No way. They're actually the very source of courage, connection, and compassion. Basically everything we need to live a full, meaningful life.
So, to start this whole journey, we first have to really understand the main thing standing in our way, and that is the trap of perfectionism.
Wow. I mean, what a powerful image, right? Just picture it. We think this heavy shield of perfection is going to keep us safe from being judged or criticized. But what's really happening? It's just weighing us down. It's keeping us from being truly seen and from really truly soaring in our own lives. Now, what's so crucial to get here is that perfectionism isn't actually about self-improvement. It's a defense mechanism. It's all about fear, this deep fear of what other people will think. It's this desperate hope that if we can just get everything right, then maybe, just maybe, we can dodge the pain of shame. And this, right here, just nails the difference. Healthy striving is all internal. It's you-focused. How can I do better? But perfectionism, that's completely external. It's this constant hustle to prove you're worthy, always looking over your shoulder and asking, what will they think? So if perfectionism is the shield, what exactly is it protecting us from? Well, that brings us to the absolute root of the problem, shame. Shame is something we all experience. It's that awful gut punch feeling, that deep-seated fear that if people really, truly saw us, they wouldn't love us. It's the voice that tells us we're fundamentally broken and that we don't deserve to belong.
Okay, these 3 points are so important because they take away shame's mystery. First off, everybody has it. It's just part of being human. Second, nobody wants to talk about it. But third, and this is the big one, shame absolutely loves secrecy. The less we talk about it, the more power it has over our lives. The moment we speak it, it starts to shrink.
And it's so important to understand the difference between shame and guilt. Guilt is about our actions. It says, I did something bad. And honestly, that can be useful. It can push us to fix things or change. But shame is an attack on who we are. It tells us, I am bad. It convinces us that we are the mistake. And that's just so destructive.
So, if perfectionism and shame are the problem, what's the solution? Well, Brown points to 3 gifts of imperfection that are the perfect antidote.
This totally redefines what courage is. It's not about these huge, heroic acts. It's what she calls ordinary courage. It's the courage to be imperfect, to ask for help when you need it, to say I don't know, and to just be honest about your story. It's the courage to be vulnerable.
And compassion isn't about pity, looking down on someone from a distance. The word literally means to suffer with. It's about connecting with someone's struggle as an equal, recognizing that we're all human, and just being with them in their darkness without trying to immediately fix it.
And last but not least, connection. The thing we are literally hardwired to need as human beings. It's that energy, that feeling of real belonging, that can only happen when we drop the act and let our true, imperfect selves be completely seen. Okay, but these can't just be nice ideas, right? How do we actually start living this way? That's what this next section is all about, turning courage, compassion, and connection into things we actually practice every day.
This is such a game changer. Authenticity isn't some personality trait you're born with. Nope, it's a practice. It's a conscious choice you have to make every single day to show up and be honest and let your real self be seen, even when it's scary and you're worried about what people might think. And this quote just captures that struggle perfectly, doesn't it? Choosing to be your real self is a fight. It's a battle against a world that's constantly trying to squeeze you into a mold. It's not the easy road, for sure, but it is the only road to feeling like you truly belong.
So it makes sense, right? If perfectionism is driven by that harsh, critical inner voice, then the direct antidote is learning how to treat ourselves with kindness. And that practice is called self-compassion.
In research from Dr. Kristen Neff breaks this down so clearly. It really comes down to three things. 1, being warm and understanding with yourself when you mess up. 2, remembering that struggling is part of being human. You're not alone in it. And 3, just noticing your negative feelings without letting them totally overwhelm you. At the end of the day, it's just about learning how to be a good friend to yourself.
And this brings us all the way to the ultimate conclusion, to the real gift that this entire journey is all about.
Oh, this line just says it all. We spend so much of our lives trying to patch up our cracks, trying to look flawless. But the truth is, it's those very cracks, our vulnerabilities, our imperfections, that actually allow the light of joy and grace and real connection into our lives.
And that's really the big shift in perspective here. A joyful, wholehearted life isn't built on some flawless highlight reel. It's made up of ordinary, messy moments. It's found in the courage to be who we are, imperfectly and authentically, right here and right now.
And that's the real challenge, isn't it? It's not just about understanding these ideas, it's about trying to live them. So, I'll just leave you with this question. What's one imperfection you can stop trying to hide today and instead just maybe let a little bit of light shine through?